as well. But with that, let me welcome in our guest for today, Rajesh Agarwal, Head of Research of AUM Capital, along with that Rajesh Palvia of SVP Technical and Derivatives Research of Axis Securities joining us. Hello and welcome to the show, gentlemen. I want to start off this conversation by asking the first question. Let's go to the first query, in fact, and it's Umesh writing to us from Mumbai. He has about 30 shares of Interglobe, which he's bought it at a price of 1,824. Wants to have a 2 to 3 year outlook on this one. So let me come to Mr. Agarwal on this. What is your view for Interglobe Aviation?
Good morning, Anushi.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rajesh. Interglobe long term, we feel that it's a good stock to hold into, considering the fact that it's almost a monopoly, or rather, I would say, a largest market share in the Indian aviation market. Secondly, if you see the kind of boom which we are witnessing into travel and tourism, that's going to help this company. Crude prices are at lower levels from the last so many quarters, I would say. Everything is going into their favor. There might be some ups and downs in between, some consolidation or correction. But for a longer term horizon, it's a good hold.
Got the view, Mr. Agarwal, and thanks so much for joining in. Let me also welcome in Rajesh Palvia, the SVP at Axis Securities, with the second question. That's on Blue Dart. Today, the stock's flying in trade post a stellar set of earnings for Q2. Rajesh Palvia, what do you make of the current move? Because our viewer Harsha from Mumbai, she's asking that if he should right now book the profits or stay on, and if this trend can continue. Your view on the charts?
Good morning, everyone. Looking at the breakout on near-term chart, I think some more up move can be expected from this counter. Though stock was in downtrend, but today's move is, the kind of trend reversal sort of formation is taking place in Blue Dart. Looking at breakout above 6,000 mark, I think if it continues to trade above 6,000 level, I think a possible extension of rally towards 6,400 we may see in the near-term perspective. So my advice would be, if you are bought at lower level, can trail now stop loss towards 6,000 level and hold the position and try to book some profits around 6,300, 6,400.
Rajesh Agarwal, let me come to you also. A very quick fundamental view on the stock, because this is the first time where we've seen stellar set of earnings over the last 3 to 4 quarters. Do you expect that this could be something that the company could build on?
Yeah, I think things are turning around as such, and as we discussed sometime in our first question, the crude has at a lower levels, and that's also helping it. Not to forget the kind of festive demand these Blue Dart sort of companies have seen. So I think these can be starting point for better numbers going ahead. Even in the margin front, we have seen kind of improvement. So one can continue to hold at these levels.
So that's the view for Blue Dart that we are looking at. But with that, it's the first caller of the day who's calling us. It's Bharat calling to us from Hyderabad. Hi Bharat, how can we help you today?
Hello madam, I'm holding IndusInd Bank at 1,400 rupees, madam. This is for long term. As the share has already risen to a significant amount now, should I hold it or should I sell it now, madam?
Okay, and since when have you been holding this? Can I just know the timeline?
I think I have been holding it for more than a couple of months, like around last year, I think. No, maybe around 6-7 months, I think.
Okay, in that case, let me go to Mr. Agarwal for his view on IndusInd Bank. Do you think this is it is a good buy at current levels also is it a good hold for even the long-term approach as well?
See, the problem with this bank is the numbers have been pretty bad from the last so many quarters because of various reasons, which we all know because of the concerns. And this quarter also, the numbers were pretty bad, 4.4 billion reported loss, accelerated provisioning for, especially from the MFI segment. NII went down. But the thing is that with the new chairman and the CEO in place, the focus will be on uplifting the MSME department, the housing, gold things and all. So it's a high risk bet in the banking department, banking sector as such, I would say. At these levels, I won't suggest anybody to buy, because there are better choices in the private banking space, especially like the names of HDFC Bank or a Kotak or a Axis. Only high-risk appetite investors can come to IndusInd Bank. Otherwise, somebody holding can continue for a target of 820 rupees in the medium term.
point. Fair point. So definitely Mr. Agarwal preferring the larger banks in that space as well. But let's go across to another query. G. Krishnamurthy from Chennai is writing to us for a stock query on something like a Tilaknagar Industries. He bought it at 366 rupees per share. So Mr. Krishnamurthy, a very good buy at a very cheap price because he's at a profit of almost 13,000 rupees. He's asking if he should hold or sell at the current value. Mr. Palvia, do you have a quick view on something like a Tilaknagar Industries? On fundamentals, it is an expensive stock to say the least. What does the chart suggest?
Looking at the structure, stock is in bullish trajectory across all time frame, and now stock is negotiating with its previous swing high, which is placed at around 520, 525 zone. So looking at near-term, short-term structure as well as long-term structure, stock is still holding the strength, and any breakout above 525 can take stock further higher. And maybe the next target towards 580 we may see on a positional perspective. So my advice would be, as he's sitting on the profit, he may trail now, stop loss at around 485 and hold the position. Any breakout above 425, 525 can take stock further higher. So I think there is a possibility that we may see a breakout above 525 and then extension of rally towards 580 or 600 we may see on a positional perspective.
Definitely very interesting that, even after a up move of that kind on Tilaknagar Industries, Rajesh Palvia is seeing some more gains from the current levels as well on the charts. But let's go across to another caller. Santosh is dialing in from Bengaluru with a stock query. Santosh, very good morning to you and welcome to Ask Profit. What's your query?
Hi sir, good morning sir.
Good morning. Go ahead, Santosh.
Sir, KPI Green Energy stock 800 quantity. Current level in 600 rupees. Total profit loss in 64,000. Seller words are please technical analysis.
And can you hold this, Santosh, for some time if I can get you that view as well?
Sir, 2023 in by August, sir, long term. Sir.
Okay, long term. Got it. Mr. Agarwal, let me come to you then. And, Santosh, I'll also urge you to watch the interview of KP Group's Farooq Patel. He was right here with us in the studio of India Market Open. Mr. Agarwal, any view that you have on something like a KPI Green? Because from the current levels that they are, Santosh had a buying price of over 800 rupees per share. Your view?
See, I think the entire fundamentals have been discounted in the price, and any meaningful upside from these levels would take a whole lot of efforts for the numbers to come in. So at this point of time, what I would suggest is try to exit on any upside, maybe around 540, 550 or level. That would be a prudent strategy at this point of time. I know that would be a loss, but the valuations are stretched.
Okay, stretched valuations is what we are seeing for KPI Green. Hence, a sell rating is what we are looking at the current levels. But with that, let's go to the next query. And it's Vishaka writing to us from Bangalore. And she wants to understand whether she should currently buy Motilal Oswal or HDFC AMCs. Now, all of these counters that we are seeing, a lot of these AMC companies are in focus after SEBI's proposal to overhaul mutual funds fee structure. Now, this is to cut the total expense ratio that we are looking at, which would have some bit of an impact in terms of whether profitability is concerned for all of these counters that we're looking at. Nippon Life, AB Sun Life seeing cuts of over 4%. Let me go to Mr. Agarwal for his view on this move by the regulator and whether Vishaka should enter at current levels after seeing this bit of correction.
Yeah, I think some more correction is going to happen in these stocks after news sinking. Maybe another 5% from these levels would be a prudent levels to enter, because long term, anyways, these AMC stocks are going to do well, because as we all know, the kind of SIP inflow, the mutual fund inflow that's happening in the market, and still it's very low when you compare to other countries. The investments in mutual funds versus the GDP when you compare to other countries on a very lower scale. There is enough room for further upside from these levels. So maybe some amount of more 5% correction from these levels would be a good buy levels for stocks like Motilal Oswal or HDFC AMC. Even UTI AMC would be a good pick.
Okay, so that's on a fundamental side, but let me also take a technical check on all of these counters. Mr. Palvia, what is your view?
So Due to news, there was a supply pressure in today's session. Most of the stock have given a breakdown on near-term chart. So yes, maybe another 4 to 5% correction we could see for Motilal Oswal. The lower side immediate support area is placed at around 970, 960 zone, which is again good level to buy. So wait for this decline to add more position around those level. Even in HDFC AMC now stock is slipped below to near term moving averages. Looking at the near term structure, if it continues to trade below 5500 level, I think furthermore profit taking we may see in this counter. And on the downside, maybe we could see level of around 5100, 5050 kind of level. So wait for another 3 to 4% kind of dip, and then once this supply pressure settle down, I think yes, on a longer term perspective, this space is looking quite interesting, and I think we believe that this space is going to deliver good amount of return on a longer term perspective. So in decline, one should use this decline as as an opportunity to buy in the decline.
Got the view, Mr. Palvia. But viewers, we have also been mentioning over the last couple of days that a lot of global factors, apart from the domestic earnings, will have a bearing on Indian markets. And we have the Fed meet today, and President Donald Trump is right now in South Korea attending the APAC events as well. And he's actually spoke at the APAC CEO summit in South Korea. He said that I'm going to do a trade deal with India, and he has great respect for PM Modi. Listen in to what he had to say.
And for any company that does not wish to pay the tariff, I say, you could build your factory in America. If you build your factory in America, there is zero tariffs. But, again, going back to the wars, it's so important. If you look at India and Pakistan, so I'm doing a trade deal with India, and I have great respect and love. As you know, for Prime Minister Modi, we have a great relationship.
So, that was President Donald Trump. But Mr. Palvia, let me come to you just for a specific question on the index, because, a lot of the global factors will have a bearing on the Nifty 50 as well as the Bank Nifty. We've seen a stellar up move, and on Nifty, I think the levels that a lot of traders are watching out for is 26,100. Could you just suggest what should traders do right now with both the Bank Nifty as well as the Nifty 50?
So it's a fresh day for the new series, and looking at the rollover data also, we have seen shedding of around 30 lakh share for Nifty in rollover action itself, and the rollover is quite below to the 3 month, 6 month averages. So which is a sign of cautious stance on the Nifty itself on the rollover data. But looking at the last couple of week move in a broader market, which is giving a sign of confidence on market. Once this news flow settle down, I think market is poised to continue furthermore upside, and possible extension of rally to new all-time high trajectory is also likely in this November series itself. But yes, those who are already on the long side of trade, they should follow a strict stop loss of 25,800 if you are on the long side of trade for Nifty at this juncture. Looking at the data, call writers are writing their making their position of call writing around 26,100, 200 strikes. So these levels are immediate hurdle for the market. But yes, as I mentioned, 25,800 is the key support area for Nifty for any minor decline. But Bank Nifty is looking quite interesting. A lot of buying action we have already seen in private as well as PSU banking space in last couple of days, and able to give a breakout on their near term as well as on the medium term structure. So looking at the banking space, we do hold bullish view for banking space, and we believe that once Bank Nifty manages to surpass 58,400 level, we could see a further higher level towards 59,000 also. So for Bank Nifty, buy on decline is again a strategy, and on the downside, one needs to keep a stop loss towards 57,700 to hold the position in Bank Nifty.
Okay, so those are the key levels that you should be watching out for, both Nifty 50 as well as Bank Nifty. But with that, let's go to our caller, and it's Ashwin calling to us from Bengaluru. Hi Ashwin, how can we help you?
Hi Anushka, good morning.
Good morning.
I have a query on Wari Renewable. I hold 110 shares, bought at
Right.
985 rupees, and I'm holding it for just over 3 months now.
Okay.
I'm taking a decent profit of 30%. Since the Q2 results were quite good, I just want to understand if the potential for it going further upside from here is there, or should I kind of book my profit and move out? And if I have to move out, if the expert would suggest to any other counter where I could move, that would be helpful.
Ashwin, I believe that you're looking for over a 1 to 2 year period of a holding time as well? Or you just want
No,
a
so
short
I've
term?
already got a decent profit. Yeah, so it's a short term. So
Okay. Okay, then let me go to Mr. Palvia for his view on Vari Renewables. He's already made about 50% or odds of profit on this. Wants to understand whether he should book at the current levels or continue to hold.
So I think he may hold the position as looking at the near-term, short-term structure, stock is still attracting buying interest. Though we have seen that a strong rally in last couple of weeks. Looking at near-term structure, some consolidation is happening after this rally. If stocks continues to trade about 1260, 1250 zone, I think a trend is likely to exhibit on the bullish side. Any breakout above 1340 may attract furthermore buying action, and then possible target towards 1400 to 1450 we could see on a positional perspective. So my advice would be hold the position with trailing stop loss of 1250. Maybe we could see another leg of buying interest, and then stock can extend its gain towards 1400 to 1450 zone.
Got the view, Mr. Palvia, but we have another query coming in on something like a Reliance Power. Sundar from Chennai is asking for a long-term view on the stock. He's bought roughly about 2,000 shares at 50 rupees per share, so a slight dip from the current market price is what he's seen. Mr. Agarwal, your quick view on something like a Reliance Power at the current levels?
See, I think there are better choices in the power sector as a whole. One maybe a CESC or Tata Power, better choices, even Torrent Power. It's a high risk bet. I think it's best avoided. The numbers have been not that good, but considering the capacity, one can continue to go long and keep long positions in Reliance Power. But my personal view would be to switch to either CESC, Tata Power, or Torrent Power, something of that sort.
Got the view, Mr. Agarwal, but let me go across. We have another caller coming in from Bengaluru. Meghna is dialing in for a stock query. Meghna, very good morning to you and welcome to Ask Profit. What's your query?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead with your query.
I bought some 50K to win. So I wanted some suggestion to on a particular stock to invest.
And would this
and
be...
the period is for
Yeah.
3 to 6 months, maybe.
Okay, 3 to 6 months. And is there anything else that you currently have in your portfolio as stocks and you want to just invest 50,000 for the short term, right?
Yeah, I've got M&M.
M&M, okay. Mr. Palvia, is there anything that comes to your mind in terms of suggestions for a short term? 50,000 rupees is what Meghna is looking to allocate. Would there be in a particular stock, or you can spread it across a few spaces that you like right now?
So I think banking is one space where we hold our bullish view, and we believe that banking stocks can do well in short term. So I think from PSU banking basket, she may invest in SBI. SBI is looking promising, and the way stock has managed to give breakout on long term chart, we believe that in the short term perspective also stock has potential to extend its gain towards 980 or 1000 kind of level. So for short term bet, SBI is one stock where she can invest. Another sector where we are focusing at this juncture is real estate. A lot of accumulation activity is already seen in most of the real estate stock in last couple of weeks. And looking at the near term, short term structure, we believe that DLF is looking promising. The stock managed to give breakout of falling channel on near term chart. So DLF would be another stock she may invest here also for upside target of 840 to 860. On the downside, 755 needs to keep as a stop loss. And what would be the stock she is holding? M&M. Okay. So M&M, yes, overall structure is bullish, but yes, we have witnessed some profit taking at higher level. Stock is now negotiating with its 20-day moving average support area, which is placed at around 35 20 35 30 level. So if it's able to defend this 35 20 level, I think again we may see a pullback from those level. So keep stop loss of around 3,500 if you are already on the long side of trade. If it's not breaks below 3,500, possible pullback towards 3,600 to 3,640 we may see, and any breakout above 3,640 can take stock further higher to new all-time high trajectory also on a positional perspective.
Okay, Meghna, I hope that answers your question. But next we have Shiv Kumar who's calling to us from Dubai. Hi Shiv Kumar, how can we help you today?
Nobody's.
Okay, I think there's some issue. Yeah, please go ahead with your query. Okay, there seems to be some issue with the audio feed of Shiv Kumar. Meanwhile, his question is regarding Utkarsh Small Finance Bank. He's holding about 8,000 shares at a price of 36. Wants to understand whether he should continue to hold or sell at the levels. He's facing a loss of around 1 lakh at this juncture. Mr. Palvia, let me come to you on your view for this counter.
So looking at the overall structure, stock is in downtrend only, though there was some pullback action in last couple of weeks, but still that is not sufficient to take out this stock from the downtrend. Until this stock not crosses about 25 level, trend is likely to remain on the weaker side. Sell on rise is the strategy. At this juncture, the immediate support area is placed at around 18 rupees. Again, if it breaks below 18 rupees, I think it may go down further. So follow the stop loss of 18 rupees if you are on the long side of trade. The major resistance is placed at around 22 to 25 zone. So that level needs to cross to change the structure for short to medium term perspective for this counter. So my advice would be to avoid this stock.
Got the view, Mr. Palvia, but it's time for our first round of rapid fire for Ask Profit today. Mr. Agarwal as well as Mr. Palvia, I request you to keep your answers as short as possible for buy, hold and sell so that we can cover as many queries as possible. The first one's from Guru from Bengaluru. He's asking if it's a good time to enter the Bombay Burma Trading Company for the next 1 year. Mr. Agarwal, your view?
Right.
Our next question is from Vinay from Bangalore. He's requesting inputs on Glenmark Pharma. Wants to understand whether he should buy and sell for a 1 month period. Mr. Palvia, your view?
A buy with stop loss of 1800. Possible target is 1900.
The other one's Axelia Solutions, an IT company. Our viewer wants a short-term view if he should hold or exit. Mr. Palvia, your view?
I'm not tracking this stock, so I do.
Got it.
Okay, so the next question is from Mohammed. He wants views on Quick Heal. He's bought 148 shares at 353 and wants to understand. Quick Heal is the stock that we are seeing. Wants to understand whether should continue to hold or accumulate at these levels. Mr. Agarwal, your view?
Continue to hold.
Okay.
A 5-year view on LG Electronics. A viewer is asking we can start an SIP. Mr. Agarwal, your view?
One can continue in SIP in LG Electronics.
Okay, Wahida is asking about JSW Steel. She's bought about 30 shares at price of around 1,173. Wants to understand whether she can continue to hold this. Mr. Palvia, your view?
Yeah, she may hold on the position and trail now. Stop loss at 1170. Possible target is 1280.
Eclux is the other one. Our viewer is sitting on an 80% profit on this counter, bought at 2400 odd levels. Mr. Agarwal, your view?
Continue to hold.
Okay, next is about Amber, and the viewer Vijay wants to know whether for a short term is the current levels good to buy. Mr. Palvia, your view?
Yeah, he may buy with stop loss of 8400 and possible target is 8650, 8700.
Z Media, a short-term view, Mr. Palvia?
Avoid.
Well, that's the first round of the rapid fire in this show. We'll take a very short break. A lot more queries to be answered on the other side. Stay tuned and keep sending in your queries.
the NDTV Profit has come a long ways.
You are the new schools and colleges which people are getting access to education from.
नहीं बढ़िया आपका काम किया आपके तो नाम में ही प्रॉफिट लगा हुआ भाई.
In the world of money and markets, the real currency is clarity.
So you guys have democratized information, and I think first you seeded the market, now the market is seeding you back out there.
Decisive, discerning, distinct. NDTV Profit isn't just business news.
We are like visiting faculty. Occasionally we come and get a chance to share what we can, but I think it's a great service.
It's the new language of markets, and the voices that move markets know it. Understand markets, decode money through the masters who shape them.
I think you're trying to get knowledge to smaller cities and towns, making it simple for retail investors. I think what you're doing is also contributing to the Indian capital markets and Indian economy.
When leaders speak of markets, they speak to
Hi, welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit, a show where you get all your stock-related queries answered. All the numbers flashing on the screen. You can either WhatsApp or call us directly on the show. But with that, let's go to a query right now. Arjun has written to us from Kolkata. He wants to know whether it's the right time to invest in Power Grid for a period of 7 to 8 months. We have Rajesh Agarwal as well as Rajesh Palvia with us on the same. Mr. Palvia, I want to come to you on this Power Grid, a view for 7 to 8 months.
I think he can invest in Power Grid as stock is now, after a consolidation managed to give breakout of falling trend line on weekly chart, and looking at the breakout, we believe that, if it continues to trade about 285 zone, possible rally can extend, and we may see a target towards 330 to 340 going forward. So yes, he may buy and keep his stop loss of 285, sorry.
Got that, Mr. Palvia. The other one's on something like a Bosch, and today let's pull up the stock very quickly because it is experiencing some pressure on the index. There could be some supply chain issues what the management feels. Mr. Agarwal, your view on something like a Bosch, is it a good time to get in or wait for some more clarity?
The companies like Bosch and all gave an opportunity when such negative news starts coming in. So these supply chain issues are temporary and will be taken care of in the long term. But if you look at the fundamentals, they are very strong MNC company, strong balance sheet, debt free, doing very well. Order book is good. I think it's a buy from our side. These are opportunities to accumulate for a longer term horizon. By longer term, I mean at least 18 to 24 months or even higher.
Okay, next question is from Sindhu Reddy from Luxembourg. She holds 500 shares of Cello, and she spotted at the price at an average price of around 790 and was holding for a year. Currently facing a loss of about 75,000 on a counter. Wants to understand whether she should average by buying more on this. I'll first go to Mr. Palvia for his view on this. What is your view?
So stock was in corrective mode post listing, and now stock has already completed consolidation of almost 7-8 months at lower band of this correction. Looking at the near-term structure, some buying interest has been there in this counter, but still stock is negotiating with its multiple supply zone, which is placed at around 670, 675 zone. So any breakout above 675, yes, then we could see a good rally towards 750, even 790 kind of level. So if he wants to average it out, to wait for breakout above 675, then average it out, because above 675 we will get a confirmation of this consolidation breakout. So above 675 he may average out, and then in rally try to book some profit around 750, 790 zone, the quantity which he's going to buy post breakout of 675.
Okay, so those are the levels that you can see for Cello World. But next we have a caller, and Dheeraj just calling to us from Hyderabad. I believe his question is regarding ABB India. Hi Dheeraj, how can we help you?
Hi ma'am, good morning. So my query is regarding ABB ma'am. I'm holding 20 shares at 5160, ma'am. So I would like to know both long-term and short-term view, ma'am. If I hold it for 1 year, what sort of targets could I expect, and at what levels could I add more is my query, ma'am.
Okay, let me take this across to Mr. Agarwal. Mr. Agarwal, your view on ABB India?
See, the last quarter numbers were not that good, and that's the reason we have seen pressure in the stock in the recent past. But going forward with the kind of capex planned in the corporate structure and the government's side, I think these kind of companies, be it ABB, Cummins, and others, would be doing well when you think of a long-term horizon. Not to forget the kind of order book these have, debt-free balance sheets and all. So it's a hold from a side, and by any chance it falls to around 4,700, 4,800 levels, that would be a good buying area too.
Got Mr. Agarwal, but one other stock that was in focus today is Happiest Minds, and after their quarter two earnings yesterday, while it was a decent performance to say the least, I also had actually a chance to speak to Joseph Anantaraju. He's the co-chairman and CEO of the company, on what was the outlook essentially of the banking as well as the edtech exposures, the top two for the company, and how does he see this evolving as. Let's quickly listen to his answer to what he had to say.
As you rightly pointed out, our BFSI vertical has been doing quite well the last few quarters, aided by both pure software and RUS acquisitions, the capabilities that we've got, the Artha banking platform. This quarter was flattish for BFSI. That was because some of the Artha deals, they couldn't close the contract by end of the month. Otherwise, you would have seen decent growth in Q2 as well. But that's got right shifted into Q3. And we expect the second half to show positive growth, good positive growth for BFSI. And from a seasonal standpoint, Artha does better in Q3 and Q4. So there will be quite a bit of contribution from Artha, and we have a good pipeline in the BFSI space. EdTech. While you see the last couple of quarters, there's been a drop quarter on quarter, and probably we'll see a little bit of a drop in Q3, but we're coming up with a strategy, and we've just closed a deal with a large, well-known management institute in Southeast Asia to help them digitize their entire student acquisition to student management and the whole life cycle. And that is a $3 million deal. And we've closed a similar deal in US with one of the universities out there. And what we're seeing is that this is a need for multiple universities. So we're looking at how to build modular solutions that we can take to more of these institutes and universities, which will allow us to bring some growth back into this segment. Healthcare is the third vertical that we talked about, and that vertical continues to do well for us because I think they were lagging behind on their digitization initiatives, and they're trying to catch up now. The second more important thing is that data and AI is playing a much larger role in this vertical as we move forward, whether it's on life sciences, pharma, or even on care providers and payers, and that plays well to our strength. So we expect healthcare and life sciences to continue doing well. So our expectation is that these three verticals will continue to be the leading verticals in the second half of the year as well.
Well, that was the management of Happiest Minds. Mr. Palvia, do you have a quick view on someone who wants to enter the stock? We got the fundamental side of things with the management. Anything on the charts that suggests an up move from the current levels?
So stock was in corrective mode, and since last couple of days, some recovery has been taken place from the lower level. Stock is now trading about to 20-day moving average. Looking at the recovery in recent past, we believe that if stocks continues to trade above 500 level, some more pullback action towards 550, which is almost 50-day moving average supply zone. So next target would be around 550, and if it's able to cross 550, then possible extension of rally towards 600 we may see on a positional perspective. But for very quick near-term perspective, keep stop loss of 500, target is around 550.
Okay, well, that's the view that we have for Happiest Minds Technology. Well, that was the management take as well as what we are looking at. But the next query It's Jayan writing to us from Kerala. He has bought about 10,000 shares of Blue Spring Enterprises at about 81 rupees. Wants to understand his outlook for the next 1 year or so. Currently, if we look at his position, he's facing a loss of 22,000 on the counter. Let me come to Mr. Agarwal for this. Mr. Agarwal, your view?
I'm really sorry, we don't track this count.
Okay, let me go across to Mr. Palvia then. Mr. Palvia, your levels for that one should watch out for this.
So stock is in sideways consolidation since last couple of months, and looking at the price behavior, I think 82, 85 is the key supply zone for the stock. So until the stock not able to cross above 85, it may remain in the consolidation only. On the downside, the immediate support area is placed at around 74 rupees. So 74 to 82 is the price band where stock is consolidating. Either side breakout will decide the major direction. Above 82, yes, possible target towards 95 we may see, but wait for breakout of this consolidation.
Got the view, Mr. Palvia. The other one's something like an AFCONS, and a viewer is asking if it's, they've been holding the stock, if it's a good time also to continue to do that. Mr. Agarwal, your view on something like an AFCONS right now?
Well, despite the fact that the valuation are a little bit stretched, but considering the fact the kind of order book this company has and the kind of management pedigree, I think one can continue to hold this stock for maybe a period of 1 year, where we believe that from the current market price, a move around 15% is quite possible.
Okay. So next question is from Nayan. He's writing to us from Dubai. He holds about 100 shares of Adani Green and wants to understand whether he should continue to hold this one. Let me come to Mr. Palvia on this. Mr. Palvia, your view?
So I think today most of the Adani Group stocks are showing good traction in terms of buying, be it Adani Green or Adani Solar Energy or Adani Port. Adani Green is now negotiating with its multiple supply zone, which is placed at around 1120 kind of zone. Any breakout above 1120 can take this stock further higher to 1180, even 1200 level also. So yes, he may hold on the position, and looking at the price action, we believe that there could be a possibility of breakout of 1120. So keep stop loss of 1085 to buy Adani Green, and possible target is 1180 to 1200.
Got that, Mr. Palvia. And viewers, standard disclaimer: the channel that you're watching is part of the Adani Group, and so is Adani Green, of course, as well. But let's go across to another caller that we're getting today from Kerala. Jijo is dialing in for a stock query. Jijo, very good morning to you. What's your query?
Good morning to you all. Okay, my query is Raymond Lifestyle. What is the fundamental outlook of the company? I was holding 200 stock with 1403 average.
And is this? Would you be looking at it for a long-term view? Are you okay with holding the stock for a while?
Yes, long-term view.
Mr. Agarwal, let me come to you on Raymond Lifestyle. Jijo has a very interesting question. I think the results were also flashing a strong growth in profits we've seen for Q2. But Mr. Agarwal, your view on the stock, do you expect some more momentum for this recent listing?
See, it has been recently listed after demerger. The numbers have been pretty good, no doubt on that. But the valuations at this point of time doesn't give much of an upside from these levels. Maybe a maximum target of 1230, 1240 odd rupees in the current scenario is quite possible. So what I would say is stay put to 1240 and try to book out at that levels.
Okay. So that's the view that we have for Raymond Lifestyle. The stock, if you're just currently looking what's happening over there, it's seeing about a 1% of a dip after its results. So that's on Raymond Lifestyle that we are seeing. But the next question is from Natraj. He wants to understand short-term view for Anant Raj and at the current levels, if you can make an entry in this. Mr. Palvia, your view?
I think yes, he may enter in this counter. We have seen already a corrective move in this counter in last couple of week. Now stock is trading near to its 50-day moving average support area. So keep stop loss towards 610 if you're buying here. On the higher side, the immediate hurdle is placed at around 680 zone. So 680 would be the first target, and if it's able to surpass 680, the next target would be around 720. So keep stop loss of 610 if you're buying here.
Okay, the next question is for Mr. Agarwal, and Akansha has bought about Style Bazaar shares, and this is at the IPO allotment that we are looking at around 389 or so. Currently holding about 38 shares, wants to understand whether she should continue to hold or sell this counter. Mr. Agarwal, your view?
Try to exit. I think all the fundamentals have been discounted in this price, and any meaningful upside looks rather difficult at this point of time. It's better to exit.
Okay, so exit is what we are looking at the current levels for Style Bazaar. But again, another stock that is in focus is Vishal Mega Mart, and Akash has bought about 800 shares at an average price of around 135. Wants to have a long-term perspective on this, and the kind of timeline that he's looking is at 3 to 5 years. So considering that, Mr. Agarwal, are you constructive on this counter?
We are bullish on this. We recommend a buy on this, and even one can add at these levels for a long-term horizon. The numbers have been good. It's growing very well. In the value merchandise, it's doing very well. So I think at these levels too, one can add.
Got that, Mr. Agarwal. But another caller for today, and we have had a few in this session. So thanks so much, viewers. Keep calling in for your queries as well. Yogesh is dialing in from Udaipur for a stock query. Yogesh, very good morning. Welcome to Ask Profit. What's your query?
Good morning, sir. I am a long-term investor, and I am holding Tata Capital and IPO price, 1,000 shares. So I just want to know, can I add more shares? I am having horizon of 2 to 3 years.
And Yogesh, do you have any other stocks in your portfolio right now?
Yes, I do have Jio, and I am having Eternal, I am having ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, and all this, and Motilal Oswal. I am bullish in, I have taken position in NBFC and financial sector.
Financial, yes, you do like that space, certainly. Yogesh, let me go across to Mr. Agarwal on this very quickly. Mr. Agarwal, the valuation was a talking point at the IPO, and it is there at that price right now as well. Your view on something like a Tata Capital, should you continue holding that, and is that a preferred play in the NBFC space for you?
See, if I talk about preferred play in NBFC stock, there are other names like in the large caps, whether it was the Bajaj Twins, especially the Bajaj Finserv one because of its holding in Bajaj Finance and other insurance ventures and AMCs and all. In the mid-cap space, it would be Poonawalla or a Jio Financial. Tata Capital is not on our list, but still, because the fundamentals are strong, the numbers have been good, the book is quite large, I would say, and the best part is the management pedigree is very strong. So, in the short term, I don't find any reason to believe that it would give some meaningful upside, maybe maximum of 340, 350 odd levels would be there. But since the gentleman is looking for 3 to 5 years, one can start nibbling this stock. Maybe as a SIP would be a better strategy to this.
That's the view for Tata Capital that we have for you. Now, next query is from Usha, who is writing to us from Hyderabad. Now, she wants to understand whether it is prudent to enter at the current levels for Azad Engineering and wants to have a long-term view on this one. So, Mr. Agarwal, is it the right time to buy this counter?
The company is very good, no doubt on that. Doing very well. The numbers have been pretty good. Order book is good. But at this point of time, I think one should wait some more time. Maybe levels of 1,500 odd levels would be a good levels to enter. A little bit of correction is overdue. So wait for some time before entering into this.
Okay. So hold as the view currently for Azad Engineering is what we are saying. Now, next query is from Prakash. He's writing to us from Chennai. He's holding about 100 shares of Astral at a price of around 1,458. Wants to understand the short-term view for this counter for the next 2 quarters or so. So it's almost 6 months of a timeline that we are looking at. So considering this, Mr. Palvia, what is your view?
So there is a recovery taking place in this counter, and now stock is negotiating with its falling trend line on daily chart. Looking at the near-term, short-term structure, stock is now able to hold above 20-day, 50-day moving average, which is a sign of strength on the near-term structure. Though stock was in corrective mode, but the kind of recovery which we are witnessing on near-term chart is giving us confidence that, if it continues to trade above 1400, 1420 zone, possible pullback action towards 1550, 1600 we may see in the near-term perspective. So I think hold the position, possible target towards 1550, 1600 we may see in the near-term to short-term perspective.
Got the view, Mr. Palvia. We have another stock query, and that's on Vodafone. It's a retail favorite to say the least. Our viewer, has been holding the stock for some time now. Sunil from Karnataka. and he's holding roughly 50,000 shares at 9.48 rupees per share and asking for a short-term view. Mr. Palvia, is there any kind of trigger that you would suggest for Vodafone Idea or exit for now?
So there was a news flow in last couple of days, and based on that, there was some spike in this counter. Looking at a weekly structure, stock is moving in upsloping channel, which is sign of some sustained buying action is taking place in this counter, and stock is able to hold near-term support area, which is placed at around 8 rupees 50 paisa. So for trading point of view, 8 rupees 50 paisa is key level to watch for on the downside. On the higher side, 10 rupees 50 paisa is the key resistance zone. Any breakout above 10.50 can take this stock higher towards 12 rupees also. So these level needs to watch closely. Any breakout above 10.50 can attract more buying action.
Okay, so interesting view for Vodafone is what we are looking at. But next we have Anup who's calling to us from Dubai. Hi Anup, how can we help you?
Regarding Oberoi Realty, I hold 25 shares. Currently on a very marginal profit of only 700 rupees. I got it at 1685.
Okay.
Yeah, so your views on this to hold or for a short term? My views are short term.
Okay, so you're looking for a 2 to 3 months of an outlook or longer than that? You're looking for a 2 to 3 months of an outlook or even longer or shorter than that?
In 1 month time.
Okay, kind of 1 month is the time frame that you're seeing. So in that case, let me go to Mr. Palvia for his view on Oberoi Realty. Your take?
So most of the real estate stocks are showing sign of buying action. Accumulation activity is already done in most of the stocks. On if we analyze the Oberoi Realty on a weekly chart, almost a consolidation of 8 to 12 week is already done for the counter. On the near-term chart, stock managed to give breakout. Stock is now trading about to 20-day, 50-day moving average. So we do believe that we may see some buying interest in most of the real estate counter, and Oberoi Realty is also poised to give rally from current level as the stock is already trading about to breakout level of on the near-term chart. So 1685 needs to keep as a stop loss. On the higher side, once stock crosses above 1740, then possible rally towards 1780, even 1800 we may see on the near-term perspective. So for 1 month time frame, possible target is around 1800, but keep stop loss of 1685 for near-term trade perspective.
Got the view, Mr. Palvia. We have another one coming in from Andhra Pradesh. Venu Verma is asking on Paradigm Phosphates. Let's pull up that counter because she's holding at roughly 210 rupees per share. It's currently at a loss and she's asking because it's been on a downside, what should she do or hold the stock as well? Mr. Agarwal, your view on something like a Paradigm Phosphate in the fertilizer space?
See, the company has been doing very well. The gentleman's buying price is a little higher. That's a different case, but the company has been doing very well. Phosphate, as in agriculture, is in the agriculture space, and the entire rural theme is going to help that. So I think a target of maybe 185, 190 odd levels in the next 6 months is quite possible. At this point of time, it's a hold from our side.
Okay, a hold is what we are seeing for this counter. Next query is from Naresh Kumar. He holds about 100 shares of Praj Industry at an average price of around 450. Wants to understand whether he should continue to hold or average it out or sell. Mr. Palvia, your view?
So stock is in downtrend. Series of low top, lower bottom formation is taking place. Stock is continuously, in the downtrend and moving in down sloping channel on weekly chart, which is a sign of sustained supply pressure in this counter. So my advice would be avoid at this juncture, as the stock is weak across all time frame. Until the stock not able to regain above 400 mark, I think trend is likely to exhibit on the bearish side only. And any breakdown below 320 may take stock further downward to 280 zone also. So avoid at this juncture as trend is weak for the counter.
Got that, Mr. Palvia. GMR Airports is the other one. A viewer has been holding it at roughly about 85 rupees per share, asking for a 1 to 2 year view on the stock. Mr. Agarwal, is it a good time to continue buying the stock?
See, buying at this juncture is not advised, but somebody holding can continue to hold. It's one of the second largest airport operator across the world, not only in India, but they have airports in some foreign lands also. Numbers are not that good, but going by the prospects going ahead with the kind of aviation boom which we are witnessing in our country, I think long term looks good. So any fall to around 85 levels would be a good entry point for maybe a possible target of 105.
Is the target for Mr. Agarwal on GMR Airports. But viewers, it's time for a second round of the rapid fire. Mr. Agarwal and Mr. Palvia, you know the rules. Let's go across to our first query. Ola Electric, our viewers holding 5,500 shares at 58 rupees per share. Mr. Agarwal, your view?
Hold.
Okay, Awesome Furkan is holding shares of HBL Engineering. Wants to understand, is this a good time for a short-term investment? Mr. Palvia, your view?
Stock has run up so much, so any dip towards 950 would be the attractive level to again re-enter.
Irida is the other one. Our viewers sitting on a loss of 9,700. Mr. Agarwal?
It's a hold from our side.
HFCL has another counter in focus. Ramesh is holding 3,000 shares at a price of around 71 for 1 year. Whether he should continue to hold? Mr. Agarwal, your view?
Book partial profit.
TVS Supply Chains, a 6-month view is what Krishnamurthy from Bengaluru is asking. He is bought it at a 197 IPO price. Mr. Palvia?
I think trend is down, so try to exit in pullback.
IDFC First is another counter in focus. Shank is bought at the levels of 70. What's just your view regarding this, Mr. Agarwal?
Try to exit at higher levels.
The other one that's coming in is something like a SpiceJet, another retail favorite stock to say the least. 1,000 shares at 38.83. Mr. Palvia?
I think stock is trading around his purchase price, to try to exit in any profit comes around 40-45 kind of zone.
Okay, Mr. Palvia, Yash wants to understand, is it the correct time to make fresh entry for Tata Steel at these levels? Your view?
Yeah, he may buy in Tata Steel with stop loss of 180. On the higher side, we are projecting target of 195.
NMDC, a long-term view, Mr. Agarwal, for the next 2 years?
It's a buy from our side.
Okay, Poonawalla FinCorp, overall view for 1 year, Mr. Agarwal?
Buy.
Mr. Agarwal, ACC, a long-term view?
There are better choices in cement space. Maybe Ultratech would be a better choice.
Got that. Mr. Agarwal and Mr. Palvia, that's all the time we have on this edition of Ask Profit. But thanks so much for joining in, giving us perspective across a bunch of sectors and ranges. And viewers, you made me see, you saw me make a face, and because we have 48 queries today, we've been crossing 50 for the last 2 days as well. But it's been an interesting session because we had multiple callers over the last 1 hour. But viewers, it's all the time we have on this edition of Ask Profit. Thanks so much for calling in as well as sending in your queries. Stay tuned.